Alright you guys, what's going on and welcome back. It's your boy Eileo here. Now this video is a video that should have been done quite a while ago. I can't forget the guy that requested this because it's been sitting in my email for literally like an entire year. But in this video we're going to be talking about the top 5, well the 5 best ways, at least in my opinion, for newer players, obviously new to MSL, to earn themselves a potentially good or bad Nat5, but just to earn yourself hopefully a Nat5. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so starting off here, especially as a newer player, even as a player that has been around in the game for quite a bit of time, there's a couple different ways we can go about getting Nat5s, and in this order, I'm going to try and be as most efficient with it as possible, and then as we get later on into the list, it becomes less efficient with getting a Nat5. Do note that Nat5 are the strongest monsters in the game, in theory and in actuality, because of their base stats being the highest in the game. And while all aren't amazing, there is quite a bit of Nat5s that are super duper appealing, especially for a newer player. But yeah, if you are a new player, don't be obsessed with Nat5s, because regardless of what Nat5 that you get, with some of the account reviews I've seen where people run aggressors with like a Valor set and attack, or they run mons with like crit rate attack, or crit rate defense, even though it's an attacker type, you're kind of squashing your luck of having a Nat5 because you're just rendering it. You're rendering it like almost like it's a Nat3. So don't get too obsessed with Nat5s. But let's go ahead and talk about option number 1, you guys. Alright, so option number 1 should be no surprise to anyone at all. Obviously, is doing your hero dungeon. Now, this takes, I think, roughly, you get about 3 every day, so it's roughly a little bit over 30 days, unless you buy the, what is it, like the Nat5s or something like that, gives you like one more access to it, like one more daily access, so you get on average 4 soul stones, maybe you'll get 6, just depends on your luck with that, but most of the time it's pretty much 1 soul stone per run. Sometimes you get a good crit and you get like 2 of these guys, but this is the number 1 super duper easy way of getting a Nat5. Once you do get these guys though, it's a one and done. So once my Shinobi's maxed out, I can't come back and get another one, but still, as a player with 0 Nat5s, this is your best guaranteed way of getting a Nat5. Now all of these aren't super duper useful at all, but for the most part they are. Like Water Persephone right here, definitely useful as a healer slash PvP defense mon. Wukong is great as a courageous striker. Gilgamesh, he could be substituted as one of your wood mons for like clearing out content that needs dedicated wood mons, because you may not have any, which I definitely understand. Shiva is just fodder. Xiao Jing can also help you get your help you get your toes wet in terms of PvP. Zubaji, once again, isn't super duper optimal, but you can use her as a courageous striker for your Titans composition. Hades, you can just use him as fodder if you need to, and then Shinobi is once again fodder for the other guys. So this is the number 1 most guaranteed way of getting a Nat5. Obviously all are not useful, but there are some that are useful and the game gives it to you. As long as you play it daily, you'll have one of these bad boys hopefully once a month, if not once a little bit past every month. Come on you guys, moving on to the second one, it's obviously going to be the festivals. So MSL now currently has 3 festivals, where it's the Heroes Festival, which in the Heroes Festival, if you pull 1 Nat5 during the Heroes Festival, you get a Heroes Festival egg, which guarantees you another Nat5. For Clans Festival, obviously once you do 60 pulls, you are awarded the golden egg, which 9 times out of 10 is pretty trash, but I have gotten light and dark mons through the golden egg, so it's not impossible, but don't really have any hopes for it, because chances are you won't even get a Nat5 from it. You're probably just going to get a Nat4, to be honest. But this is a also phenomenal way to get a Nat5, because there's also a chance that it could be a light and dark Nat5. Is that light and dark Nat5 going to be any good? We're not going to talk about that, but Heroes Festival and Clan Festival are definitely guaranteed ways to help you get a Nat5. Just do keep in mind that you need to be saving your Astro Gems for this and only doing either 1 festival, or if not, don't do it at all. don't split your resources of Astro Gems across the multiple festivals, because on average I would argue that depending on your luck on your account, it takes maybe 8 to 10k worth of gems for you to get a Nat 5 if you have piss poor luck. Sometimes it could be 12k, it could be 14k, but I would say on average 8 to 10k is pretty average in terms of getting a Nat 5, so definitely make sure you keep your gems for that. The third festival, which is the Primo festival, you don't really want to do that right now, especially as a newer player, unless you really want the mon that is guaranteed for Primo festival. But with that being fairly new and 3 festivals being up there, if you're going for quantity over quality, which I'm not saying that Heroes Festival doesn't offer quality, because you can get quite a bit of courageous strikers up there, there's also a very high probability of you getting a Water Sanzang or a Wood Amayoji, but once again, we're not going to talk about that. In terms of quantity though, Heroes Festival is definitely top tier in my opinion of you getting the most Nat 5s or the most bang for your buck, because if you pull 3 Nat 5s during Hero Festival, congratulations, you got 6 Nat 5s. Clan Festival is geared more towards, I would say, middle to in-game players who are looking for the light and dark Nat 5 trophies. Personally, I am a slightly bigger fan of Heroes Festival, even though my Dark Indra did come from Clan Festival. I just want plenty of Nat 5s, man. That's just me though. But this is another great way of getting a Nat 5. Now, your pools aren't guaranteed to give you a Nat 5, but if you can get a Nat 5, this is the best way to use your gems other than on energy to get a Nat 5. Alright, and then number 3 on the list in terms of the top 5 ways for especially newer players to get Nat 5s is going to be the League tab over here. Now the League tab is directly tied to PvP. Obviously, as you win and lose fights with your PvP offense/defense, you gather points. I think average is like 2 or 3 points per match, so you need to be pretty active in PvP. But my suggestion to you guys, especially as newer players, is obviously you got to get your weekly gleam. Go ahead and get that bad boy out the way, because how else are you going to power up your Nat 5s if you don't have gleams? I mean, you can donate and get a gleam, but you're going to run out of money eventually, so why not just put the game on auto for PvP and lose a couple of matches to get you some points and get you that free gleam every week. But say for instance you got the gleam over there, we're good to go. Now your goal should be, if you really want this Nat 5, if you really truly want this Nat 5, you're going to save up for this bad boy right here. Yes, it is 2,000 points, league points, to get a Nat 5, but you are guaranteed a Nat 5. Is it going to take a while? Absolutely. But on average, I mean, you should be able to get this every month, if not every other month. So you're at least guaranteed, depending on how much you play, 6 Nat 5s. Now, could these mons be garbage? Yeah. Could these mons be good? Yeah. But this is just for you to get a Nat 5. Now, if you want to play Russian roulette and just dump 1,000 points, feel free to go ahead and buy this too. Feel free. But don't come to me and don't be complaining that you don't have a Nat 5 because you decided to do light and dark eggs and get your freaking light and dark pin-pins. Don't complain to me when you could have had a Nat 5. I would say for a newer player, I would value a Nat 5 over a light and dark Nat 4, because you don't have the resources to do anything in the game. What are you going to do with that freaking Light Yuki? Evo 1. What are you going to do with it? You can't even get it to 60, bruv. What are you going to do with it? Absolutely nothing. But yeah, this is another guaranteed way for you to get a Nat 5. I've done this, I think, twice on this account. I know at least once, but I've done this twice on this account, and obviously I don't think I'm going to be able to reach it this month, but next month I will be dumping down on getting that guaranteed Nat 5. For the 4th best way, we are over here in the Tower of Chaos, and now this takes a little bit of time for you to get through, especially depending on your team composition right here. But at the Tower of Chaos, on the 100th floor, we are guaranteed another Nat 5 egg. Now the Tower of Chaos resets once every month, so you can only climb it one time, but it offers some pretty smiley face rewards. Like the 50th floor offers you a Holy Gleam, which as a newer player you should definitely be trying to do all the time, and obviously as a veteran player it doesn't really matter because you can just auto from 1 to floor 120 no problem. But floor 100 is especially important for newer players because you do get a Nat5 for your time. So definitely make sure you're keeping up with your team compositions. Make sure you have at least 2 wave clearers. If not, make sure you bring some mons that are able to do crowd control skills like shock and stun, etc. to help you get through this and get to floor 100, which I feel like they've made a bit easier since the past in terms of getting here. Obviously, I'm not there yet because, well, we're not going to talk about that. This is about Nat5s. But yeah, Tower Chaos is another reliable way for you to earn a free Nat5 every single month. And then the number 5. This is the least favorable method in order for you guys to get Nat5s, but it can happen. Is the probability of it happening super duper high? Absolutely not. I did like a 1,300, 1,200 egg video, and I could have sworn I got like maybe 5 or 7 Nat5s out of all of these. But high eggs are also a reasonable way for you to get a Nat5. Now, you need a ton of high eggs, but as you're naturally playing the game, you will come across high eggs through the bingo. You'll get it during festivals. You'll get it also. Like 99% of your high eggs will come from golems, because if you're not farming golems, it's like, bro, what are you doing? Congratulations, you're playing yourself. 99% of your high eggs will come from golems, but don't forget about these guys, because you could open this up and get you a Nat5, which, especially as a newer player, what if I open up all 100 of these eggs and I got a Nat5 out of it? That was totally worth it for me because I don't really have any Nat5s, or maybe I just need a Nat5 so I can feed to my Light Arthur, for example, to Evo 3 him. Congratulations, things are looking up, guys. But those are my top 5 ways in order for especially newer players to get Nat5s. So there's multitudes of ways of people to get Nat5s in this game. You could argue that the rates are lower than what they were in the past, which, I mean, I don't doubt it, but at the same time, if you want Nat5s, these are the best way to go about of getting your Nat5s. And I personally have done all of this, so I can tell you and confirm with you that these are all possible ways of getting Nat5s. Just as you get deeper in this list, the worse it gets, to be honest. And there's also one bonus way of getting Nat5s, which is just as reliable as the high egg method, if not worse, and that's the free ads that you get every day. So for every 3 days you get a free high egg, and then every day you get to watch up to 3 ads for getting 3 high eggs. So you're at least guaranteed 3 high eggs every day. And there's been a couple of times, maybe a handful of times, where I have gotten a Nat5 from this. At the very minimum, I've lucked out with getting a couple Nat4s, maybe 1 or 2 Nat4s every single week from this. But this is another avenue of getting a Nat5. It's just that it's not super duper reliable unless you are willing to pay up with them gems, boys. But that's pretty much it for this video. I definitely hoped it helped. If I forgot anything, feel free to leave a comment below, you guys. But come on, Nat5s are obtainable. Just if you're a newer player and you have no idea what to do and you're obsessed with Nat5s, check out any guides. There's plenty of stuff on Reddit. There's plenty of videos on YouTube, not even stating my own videos. But first, understand how to gem your mons up properly, then worry about a Nat5. Because what is a Evo 3 Light Arthur going to do for you at level 50 on a triple defense set? What is he going to do with his flat recovery set? That's what I thought. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I definitely hope this video helped. If you haven't considered subscribing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button already. Go and like the video if you appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.